translation.
Is it already being translated?
Yes.
So what is he saying?
Dobrodošli u Crnu Goru. Bili ste gost na Crnom jezeru na Durbitoru, snimali ste reklamu, tako da ste upoznali surovost naših pejzaža. Želim da vas pozdravim, hvala vam što ste uveličali festival dolaskom i hvala vam za sve divne filmove koje ste uradili sa von Trierom. Ali ima po prvom kanalu nema engleski, ne.
Please take this one.
Dakle, Manuel Alberto Claro, snimatelj, koji je došao iz Čilea kao dječak u Dansku, tamo završio filmsku školu, dijelom u Milanu, dijelom u Danskoj. Radio je na dosta značajnih i divnih filmova sa Christopherom Boom, rekonstrukciju Everything Will Be Fine, Allegro, kasnije sa Larsom von Trierom, filmove Melanholiju, Nimfomanku 1 i 2 i House the Jack Built, kuću koju je sagradio Jack. Ono što bih volio da vas pitam na samom početku, pričali smo o tome sinoć, o važnosti tog formalnog obrazovanja koje ste vi stekli u Danskoj, eksperimentima koji ste radili na akademiji, koliko je to usmjerilo vas ka ovakvom profilu snimanja sa ljudima poput Lars von Triera koji dosta vole da eksperimentišu u filmu?
Yes, that's a good question. I think film school for me was super. I think film school for me was incredibly important. I think the possibility of meeting other people like me who has kind of the same level of experience and maybe same age ish. Is an amazing, for me that was the most important part of film school, to meet other people in the same situation and develop a film language together, to express the ideas that you carry with you, and to have this, and of course helped by great teachers who, if they are great, I think, in my opinion, film school, at least at that level, should be giving the students an opportunity to express themselves, to find their personal voice, find their personal vision, their personal language, and develop that. And of course, it's important to know what's been before you. But I think at least in the level of the Danish film school, everybody had quite a bit of experience, and it was like a sacred place where you could spend 4 years of refining your own voice, and I think that was for all the different professions, also sound and editing and cinematography, of course, and directing.
You could meet the colleagues. Huh? You could meet the colleagues in the school.
You meet the colleagues, but you also have, and I think to this day, for example, your screening Reconstruction.
Yes. Like Melancholia.
But Reconstruction was I did the Reconstruction with a fellow student of mine. We did a graduation film, and then a production company asked, would you come and do a feature film with us? So we did Reconstruction as it was like an extended graduation film, and I just on Friday finished a feature film with this same director. This is we finished in 2001, so that's 18 years later, 18 and a half years later.
Yes.
We're still working together, and this developing of language and creative process is still going on. It's still a continuous. We've been working together now since 1997 on projects, and I think, and that of course started in film school, and it was fundamental for our development. And I think for me later to meet Lars von Trier and to be able to work with him in his mindset, I think the film school was essential, of course. Yeah.
Yes, you mentioned. Sorry, I was switching our language.
Yes.
Pomenuli ste rekonstrukciju. U tom filmu i fotografija je dosta neobična i hrabra i na nekoj granici eksperimentalnog i sa strukturom slike, koliko se sjećam, mislim ste to na 16-ici radili. Kasnije i u vašem radu i u reklamama i u nekratkim formama je dosta prisutna ta neka želja da se napravi iskorak iz nekog klasičnog snimanja. I nakon toga dolazi, odnosno nekakve inovacije, nakon toga dolazi saradnja sa von Trierom. Von Trier ovako u svijetu umjetnosti važi za jednog čovjeka potpuno posvećenog umjetnosti do te granice da nekada to postaje opasno, jer nekako uvijek igra na žici između i ivici, hoće li otići u sunovrat u tim eksperimentima ili će se vinuti na sami vrh. Koliko je to za vas kao snimatelja opasno? Kada uđete u tako nešto, da li postoji taj strah, da li ćete moći da ispratite i da li ćete biti povučeni u sunovrat ukoliko to ne uspije? Da li vas to privlači i recite mi još neku stvar kako ste došli u kontakt sa von Trierom i počeli saradnju?
Yes. Well, that was a long question. I'm definitely attracted to something that is what you would call dangerous. I think that's a very natural part of making art. At least the way I consider art is that it has to have an element of that you're challenging the language, you're challenging maybe also some topics, you're challenging maybe a political agenda, you're challenging the world around you. I think that's a super important part of art, and of course not all cinema consider itself art in this way, but I'm very lucky to work with von Trier, and my problem is, of course, when I work with von Trier, I think pretty much everybody else is super boring because it's like, but what do you want? So I'm you get addicted to this kind of like danger. Yes. Yeah, and then suddenly it's like, oh, is that it? Yeah, and I think when I was in film school, I met Christopher Beau, who is the director of reconstruction, and he was a very aggressive young man who was like, you're challenging, like, I don't think he has a very political agenda, but he has definitely an agenda about saying fuck you to classical cinema. Not because he loves cinema, but he feels that it should progress. He's a huge cinema lover, and I think also reconstruction carries this. But he wants it to progress, and the energy is very much the energy when we did reconstruction was very much to fuck the establishment. And of course we were just out of film school, we were students, so I guess that's also part of like a student energy. Then when I met Lars, we were asking how I met him.
Yes.
Initial, yeah, I met him, this was in 2010. And he was, I was so lucky that there was another DP, a cinematographer who was going to shoot Melancholia, who left the project for some actually it was Hoyte, Van Hoytema, who since have done amazing, he's like one of the greatest in my opinion. But he was attached to the film, but left it a few months before the shooting started, and they did a casting. I guess they called. I know at least there were 3 of us who read the script and went to meetings with him, and he chose me. Yes. So it was very regular. I had never met him before, but of course I had seen his movies and I was a huge fan. I think, but he was very much in a process of I think since Yeah, maybe since Breaking the Waves up all the way up till this one called The Boss of It All. Yeah, he was in a process of, in my opinion, destroying cinema. He was not, so I didn't really feel there was a.
He started with Europa.
You know, Europa is very cinematic, I think. But
sorry.